My name is Sora Nguyen, and I'm 30 years old, standing in the dimly lit study of our family's estate in New Orleans, Louisiana, on October 5, 2025. The air hums with the scent of old leather and the tense murmur of kin, the mahogany shelves heavy with books under a flickering brass lamp. My heart beats like a pestle-grinding spice, my planner a fragile shield, my soul a furnace of pride and fury. I'm here as the family archivist for our late grandmother's will reading, but today it's personal. My niece, Kaya Nguyen, a 17-year-old with a keen mind and a gentle smile, is flipping through a photo album nearby. My cousin, Lena Nguyen, stands beside me, her eyes fierce yet strained, clutching a notepad. An hour ago my brother, Mr. Tate Nguyen, hogged the inheritance, claiming 80% of Grandma's $500,000 estate with a smug, "I'm the eldest, her trust was mine to lead." The racial sting was sharp. His glance at my modest attire, the only Vietnamese-American woman managing the family records, spoke louder than his words. Kaya's faltering "Aunt Sora" from the corner unanswered, and Lena's sharp "Why him?" cut through the study's hush like a snapped thread. They see me as an archivist, unaware I'm a cultural historian with ties to Mrs. Whitaker, a philanthropy mogul who trusts my work. In my bag, a phone with Whitaker's contact pulses like a spark, igniting my plan to hide Tate's car keys in a jar of fish sauce and prove my worth, not to ruin him, but to weave our family's legacy into New Orleans' tapestry of justice. This wound isn't fresh, it's woven deep in New Orleans' bayou clay. Growing up in Gentilly was a mosaic of grit and memory. Our parents, Mom, a chef with a warm laugh, and Dad, a mechanic with steady hands, built a life of resilience. Public schools where I catalogued histories, church potlucks where we shared pho, a porch where fireflies lit our dreams. I was the keeper, curating family stories, my archives rallying kin to remember. Lena was our heart, mentoring Kaya through late shifts, her strength a quiet loom. Kaya, her niece, shone with curiosity, her heritage essays a family gem. But in this city, where Tate's wallet ruled the estate, our legacy was a spark he sought to snuff. His complaints, my pointless archiving, Kaya's overzealous questions, were a prelude to this greed, his lead jab a code for exclusion. The first scar came at 14. I curated a school history fair, my exhibits bright with hope for Vietnamese-American stories. At a family crawfish boil, I shared them, craving Dad's nod. He was praising Tate's real estate deals, his eyes elsewhere. A neighbor sniffed, too ethnic, favoring sports banners. I shelved my archives, the ache a smoldering ember, a pattern Tate's greed now fans into flame. In high school I excelled, earning a scholarship to Tulane for history, my projects winning city grants. But family gatherings dimmed my light beside Lena's caregiving or Tate's property feats. At 16, I raised $5,000 for a community archive, featured in the Times-Picayune. At Christmas, Kaya's art prize stole the stage, my archive a murmur. "Just history stuff, Sora," Mom teased, her grin kind but fleeting. I vowed to shine, my passion for heritage a molten core. After Tulane, I founded a cultural archive in 2020, climbing to $90,000 by 2025, forging ties with Mrs. Whitaker, whose philanthropy empire shaped my craft. I kept my expertise veiled, preserving family records to mentor kids like Kaya, whose essays echoed Grandma's grit. Tate's grab, claiming the estate's bulk with a lawyer's nod, was a racist jab, assuming my Vietnamese-American role lacked weight. Kaya's will reading, her moment to connect, is marred by this injustice, her trust at risk. This study, Kaya's album, is my breaking point. I arrived at 9 a.m., organizing documents, the estate buzzing with whispers and creaking floors. Tate, in a tailored suit, hogged the inheritance by 10 a.m., his smirk sharp as he waved off Kaya's questions. Lena, a social worker with fire in her veins, pulls me aside, her whisper fierce, "Tate's wrong, Sora. You're our legacy. What's your move?" I confide my plan, voice a low spark, "I'll hide his keys in fish sauce, call Whitaker to back my work, make them see." Her nod is steel, "Thread it tight, Sora." Tate's greed stung Kaya, but my phone holds Whitaker's contact, a flare to illuminate our worth. The family's eyes, kin like Ms. Ellis who frowned earlier, flicker with doubt, a ledger set for truth. My archive stories, from foe to pride, hone my edge, but Tate's brotherly clout demands precision. Kaya's hesitant glance, Lena's steady pen, and Darius's rage fuel my resolve. The study hums with tension, papers rustling, lamp flickering. I scan the crowd, spotting Ellis's uneasy glance, and Mr. Ruiz, a teacher, shifting nervously. Their silence, once neutral, teeters, caught in Tate's web. Lena's intel from family elders reveals Tate's history, sidelining minority voices, unworthy masking bias. I clutch my planner, my plan to hide Tate's keys sharpening. Whitaker's endorsement could elevate my work, her name a shield against his scorn. The lamp glows, the air thick with unspoken truths. Kaya's eyes meet mine from the album, her curiosity a quiet thread beneath her hurt, urging me forward. Lena's silenced pride, Kaya's fragile trust, echo in my mind, a call to arms. My Tulane fire, once dimmed, burns bright, ready to weave a reckoning. The reading unfolds, Grandma's legacy a promise of roots. I pace the study, passing photos of past reunions, their faces a call to archive. Lena's late nights, her fierce texts, ground me. My archive stories, uplifting young minds, steel me. Whitaker's name, a beacon in my phone, promises a stage where our heritage can reign. I pause by the estate's desk, its drawers a mirror of Lena's strength, Kaya's dreams. My phone's glow, Whitaker's contact a lighthouse, lights the path. Tate's prejudice tried to unravel us, but our legacy will endure, a testament to our family's unyielding worth, ready to rise through New Orleans archives of justice. October 6, 2025, dawns with a humid autumn haze over New Orleans gently, the pale light seeping through the blinds of my modest apartment, its living room a fortress of resolve cluttered with archival folders, a glowing laptop, and a steaming mug of chicory coffee. Yesterday's sting in the family estate study, where my brother Mr. Tate Nguyen hogged 80% of Grandma's $500,000 inheritance, still burns like a torn page in a sacred book. Tate's smug claim, "I'm the eldest," aimed at me, the only Vietnamese-American woman managing family records, was a racist jab that dimmed my niece Kaya's trust and shadowed my cousin Lena's pride. I'm Sora Nguyen, a 30-year-old cultural historian earning $90,000, my heart a crucible of fury and hope, my planner swapped for a phone pulsing with Mrs. Whitaker's contact, a philanthropy mogul who trusts my work. Today, I'm plotting to hide Tate's car keys in a jar of fish sauce at a community heritage fair and enlist Whitaker to showcase my archival expertise, exposing Tate's greed. His bias tried to unravel our family's legacy, but I'm weaving a plan to affirm our worth, not for vengeance, but to thread our heritage through New Orleans archives of equity. The past 24 hours have been a storm of grit and strategy. After Tate's grab, I sat with Lena in her kitchen, her hands still over Kaya's photo album, its pages catching the dim glow of a single lamp. My gently roots, curating family stories, facing 2 ethnic slights, fuel my plan to email Whitaker, whose philanthropy empire could validate my archives. My cultural archives' $25,000 grants give me leverage, but time is a tight weave. Whitaker's in New Orleans only until tomorrow for a history summit. Tate's influence festers. He texted kin post-will reading, framing my work as hobbyist, his allies spreading it on the family's group chat. My phone pings with Lena's text, "Kaya's hurt, Sora." Tate's texts are spreading. "What's the move?" I reply, "Lunch, 1 p.m., Dookie Chases." "I'm on it." Her response, "You're our thread. Weave sharp." At 10 a.m., I scour my archival records, my laptop open to my heritage projects. Letters from Grandma's immigration, photos of her community work, bolstering my pitch to Whitaker. A knock breaks my focus. Jada, my archives event coordinator, her tablet flashing fair plans, her voice urgent, "The fair's next week, but Tate's pushing to limit unverified exhibits, targeting you. He's loud. Move fast." My chest tightens, Tate's prejudice a smudged scroll, his lead jab a steel wall to Kaya's trust. "Draft Whitaker's invite," I say, handing Jada her contact. "I'll tackle Tate."
Ja, das Not ist Fürse, my plan a spark in the Hatze.
At 1 p.m., I stride into Dookie Chases, its warm tables rich with the aroma of gumbo and fried chicken, a New Orleans soul food haven pulsing with heart. Lena, in her social worker's blazer, sits at a booth, her coffee steaming, eyes blazing, Tate's greedy Sora. His texts have kin whispering, "Your play." I lay out my strategy, email Whitaker to feature my archives at the fair, hide Tate's keys in fish sauce to disrupt his smug exit, and confront his bias with a petition at a community board meeting next week. Go fierce, Lena urges, breaking cornbread, her voice steel. Tate thinks he owns the estate, show you run the legacy. I recall Tate's smirk, his racism a public wound. Phone's locked, I say, my voice a steady stitch. Whitaker knows my work. Lena's grin is a torch, you're Kaya's shield, Sora. Back at my apartment, I craft an email to Whitaker, my fingers trembling, Tate's words a splinter in my thoughts. The fair, set for October 12th at City Park, is my loom, a chance to rewrite our family's narrative. I text Kin, support my archives at the fair, October 12th, 3 p.m. Lift our heritage. Lena replies, we're all in. Tate's texts loom, shared by his cousin allies, painting my work as trivial, but my phone holds Whitaker's number, a lifeline. The family's whispers grow. Kin like Ms. Ellis, who frowned yesterday, now pause at reunions, caught in Tate's web. His group chat posts, once subtle, now wield family clout, hinting at credible legacies to curb tales like my archives, a threat to our heritage's truth. Kaya's quiet journaling this morning, her pen still, weighs like lead, her confidence bruised by Tate's greed. My archive stories, from foe to pride, hone my precision, but Tate's brotherly sway tests it. Jada's research reveals his decade in real estate, his sister's church council role boosting his influence. Lena's intel from family elders uncovers Tate's history, sidelining minority voices, unworthy masking bias. I study my archival notes, Grandma's letters a shield of legacy, my plan to make Whitaker's endorsement louder than Tate's lies. The fair must draw the district, from Ellis's bookstore to Ruiz's classroom, to unravel his venom. I revisit the will reading, Grandma's legacy a triumph, Kaya's pain a shadow, fueling my fire. The estate study, once Kaya's stage, now echoes with Tate's scorn, his allies eyeing the board meeting to tighten control. I draft a petition, gathering Kin signatures, Ellis's cautious Sora's legit, Ruiz's firm her work's fire, building a case for the board fight. My Tulane fire, once dimmed blazes, ready to weave Tate's downfall. The afternoon fades, New Orleans haze a pulse beneath my plan. I walk Gentely's streets, passing murals of ancestors and hope, their faces a call to archive. Lena's strength, her fierce texts, steel me. Jada's coordination, logging my stories, sparks hope. Whitaker's name, a beacon in my phone, promises a stage where our heritage can reign. I pause at our old church lot, its bricks holding Lena's laughter, Kaya's dreams. The evening settles, the city's hum a rhythm of defiance. I linger by my desk, the estate a distant memory, its shelves a battlefield. Kaya's journal, Lena's steady hands, pulse in my mind, a spark for the fair. Tate's prejudice tried to unravel us, but our legacy will endure, a testament to our family's unyielding worth, poised to shine through New Orleans pages of truth. October 12, 2025, crackles with a crisp autumn dawn over New Orleans City Park, its open-air pavilion a radiant stage for the Community Heritage Fair, the air rich with the scent of beignet and the vibrant hum of a brass band under twinkling string lights. I'm Sora Nguyen, a 30-year-old cultural historian earning $90,000, standing by a display of family artifacts, heart pounding like a quill on a vital scroll, my phone warm with a text from Mrs. Whitaker, a philanthropy mogul who trusts my work. A week ago, my brother Mr. Tate Nguyen hogged 80% of Grandma's $500,000 inheritance, a racist jab that dimmed my niece Kaya's trust. They see me as an archivist, blind to my cultural expertise and Whitaker's endorsement. Yesterday, Tate escalated, texting Kin to dismiss unverified fair exhibits, targeting my archives. Today, with Kaya arranging Grandma's letters, I'm poised to hide Tate's car keys in a jar of fish sauce and have Whitaker hail my heritage work, and to confront his greed at a community board meeting tomorrow, not to crush him, but to make our legacy a spark that ignites New Orleans equity. The past week has been a crucible of strategy and fire. After Tate's hobbyist texts, I emailed Whitaker, leveraging my archive's $25,000 grants to secure her keynote role. She reviewed my collection, Grandma's immigration letters, community photos, and agreed to speak, but Tate's sway tightened. He rallied cousin allies, pushing to exclude my exhibit, his credible jab a veiled slight at my Vietnamese-American work. Lena's intel showed Kin like Ms. Ellis wavering, chilled by Tate's frost. My phone pings with Lena's text, Kaya's anxious Sora. Tate's smirking. Ready. I reply, 3 p.m., Pavilion. We'll shine. Her response, you're our ink. Right true. At 12 p.m., I met Whitaker at the park's prep tent, her blazer crisp, eyes keen as she studied Grandma's recipes, praising their cultural depth. This is history, she said, drafting a speech. Jada, my event coordinator, texted, Tate's texts hit the chat. Kin are split, Ellis is leaning our way. Board meetings tense tomorrow. Prep tight. My jaw clenches, Tate's bias a faded script, his lead jab a steel wall to Kaya's hope. At 3 p.m., the fair ignites, exhibits sprawling across the pavilion, the crowd's cheers a rising tide. Kaya, in a teal scarf, arranges our letters, Malik beside her, his hands steady, their bond a quiet loom. Tate, in a tailored suit, hovers by his car, his smirk a blade, allies whispering. I slip past, heart racing, and tuck his keys into a fish sauce jar, its briny glint unseen. Whitaker takes the stage, voice like polished oak. Soren Nguyen's archives are a masterpiece, weaving Vietnamese-American resilience with New Orleans soul, worthy of any museum. She cues my display, the crowd marveling, clapping, Kaya's eyes glistening, Malik's stance tall. This is no hobby, it's our city's future, Whitaker declares, eyeing Tate, who fumbles for his keys, his face reddening, allies stunned. I grip my planner, Tate's texts a fading echo, my resolve a blazing quill. The pavilion surges, families crowding Kaya, their phones snapping our artifacts, clips flooding social media, 90,000 views in minutes. Ellis, once hesitant, hugs Lena, her nod firm, Sora's our star. Mr. Ruiz, a teacher, claps, his gruff it's legit a quiet win. My archive stories, foe to pride, sharpen my edge, but Tate's family clout looms, his sister's counsel role fueling his sway. Lena's fierce glance, Jada's steady tablet, keep me grounded, their support a flare in the dusk. Kaya's proud nod, Malik's steady grip, ignite my fire, their bond a stage of defiance. At 7 p.m. the next day, I stride into the community center's boardroom for the board meeting, its oak tables stark under fluorescent hum, 50 kin and locals packed into folding chairs. Tate, flustered, projects his texts, touting credible legacies. I take the mic, voice a clear blaze, Tate hogged our inheritance for his race, wounding Kaya's trust. I run a cultural archive, Whitaker's endorsement and this petition prove our legacy. I raise 25 signatures, Ellis's bold, kin murmuring, some roaring, Kaya's eyes bright, Jada filming. Board chair Ms. Carter jots notes, her gaze sharp. Tate rises, voice a jagged edge, this is a stunt, Sora. Your archives are trivial, priority goes to proven heirs, not bias. His allies nod, a member frowning, murmurs rippling. His jab, echoing my too ethnic youth, stings, but I'm armed, Jada passing 12 kin letters praising my work, decrying bias. These demand fairness, I say, projecting names, Ruiz's scroll prominent. Whitaker's speech is verified, check her summit archives. The room crackles, Carter calling a vote, review Tate's actions. 4 of 7 raise hands, Tate's glare a dying coal, his allies hushed. The vote falls short, but an inquiry into Tate's conduct passes 5-2, his sway fracturing. Kaya grips my arm, eyes alight, you fought for us, Aunt Sora. Lena hugs me, voice fierce, we're unstoppable. My gently slights, once embers, fuel this breakthrough. My phone holds Whitaker's text, our legacy a comet. Tate's bias lingers, he's rallying council allies, hinting at vetted legacies. But the fair's fire and the inquiry's spark light our path. Lena's nod, Jada's tablet, and Ellis's cheer steady me. The community's frost thaws. Kids read Grandma's letters, kin nod at gatherings, but Tate's ties demand vigilance. My archive's pulse, from tales to triumphs, drives my aim, but his connections loom. Grandma's story, replayed in my mind, weaves like a victor's thread, a spark for tomorrow's stand. The evening deepens, the pavilion's echo a pulse of triumph. I linger by my artifact display, its letters worn under lamplight, their stories a map of resolve. Kaya's curiosity, her fierce texts, fortify me. Lena's strength, her bold support, anchors me. Jada's coordination, charting my rise, sparks hope. Whitaker's endorsement, a cornerstone of our fight, steals my resolve, her stage a shield for our heritage. I pause by the fair's main exhibit, its relics holding Kaya's dreams, Malik's faith. My phone's light, Whitaker's contact a lodestar, charts the course. Tate's prejudice tried to unravel us, but our legacy endures, a blaze of our family's worth, poised to thread New Orleans chronicles of valor. October 19, 2025, shimmers with a golden late autumn glow over New Orleans gently, the community center courtyard a vibrant stage for a youth heritage festival, its air alive with the scent of warm beignet, the pulse of a zydeco band, and the cheers of neighbors gathered around archival displays under canopies of blooming sycamores. I'm Sora Nguyen, a 30-year-old cultural historian earning $90,000, standing by a banner-draped booth of family letters, heart steady yet ablaze like a perfectly preserved chronicle, my phone buzzing with a Times-Picayune headline, Historians' Archives Redefine Family Pride. Last week's Heritage Fair, where Mrs. Whitaker hailed my archives and I hid my brother Tate Nguyen's car keys in a jar of fish sauce, shattered his racist grab of 80% of Grandma's $500,000 inheritance. My board meeting speech, backed by Whitaker's endorsement and 25 signatures, sparked a 5-2 inquiry into Tate's bias. Yesterday, the community board issued Tate a formal reprimand, curbing his family clout. Today, with Kaya's heritage essay gleaming, I'm forging a path to cement our triumph at this festival, countering Tate's fading prejudice and uniting our community, not to bury him, but to make our legacy a beacon that lights New Orleans equity. The past week has been a forge of resilience and memory. After Tate's vetted legacies texts targeted my archives, I rallied kin, leveraging my archive's $25,000 grants to amplify Whitaker's acclaim, now at 120,000 views. The board's inquiry found Tate's actions discriminatory, recommending inclusivity training, his influence unraveling. His group chat posts, hinting at credible legacies, stirred allies, but kin like Ms. Ellis shared my archive clip, thawing his frost. My phone pings with Lena's text, Kaya's glowing, Sora. Tate's quiet, but his allies murmur. Festival tonight. I reply, 6 p.m. courtyard. We'll shine. Her response, you're our scroll. We've bold. At 10 a.m., I draft a scholarship proposal, my laptop open to Unity Networks funds, $40,000 now, fueled by fair buzz, for a $10,000 heritage program in Kaya's name, aimed at mentoring young historians like her. Jada arrives, her tablet flashing festival plans, her voice electric. The Picayune wants a Kaya feature, 150,000 views. Ellis's baking beignet, Ruiz's setting up displays. Tate's allies are mute. My chest expands, Tate's bias a fading smudge, his lead jab a distant echo. Spread the invites, I say, handing Jada flyers. I'll prep Kaya. Jada's nod is fierce, our plan a vibrant thread. At 1 p.m., I visit Kaya and Malik at their home, its porch warm with jasmine blooms, Kaya refining her essay, Malik sorting photos, their bond a quiet archive. My essay's got kids curious, Kaya says, eyes bright, Malik smile soft, you're our star. I outline my strategy, rally kin at the festival, present Whitaker's endorsement and a petition with 30 signatures, and push for inclusive family legacies at a final board hearing next week. Go fierce, Lena urges, joining us, her blazer crisp. Tate tried to unravel us, show your work's unstoppable. I recall Tate's fumble, his racism a public scar. Phone secure, I say, my voice a steady weave. The festival's our stage. Kaya's grip is firm, you're our historian, Aunt Sora. At 3 p.m., I stop by Ellis's house, her yard fragrant with roses, her laugh warm, my beignet are for Kaya, Sora. Ruiz, grading papers, signs the petition, his tale of Tate's snubs against minority voices fueling my fire. Their warmth, once cautious, smothers Tate's chill, his reprimand quelling his council allies, though whispers hint he's lobbying for heritage-only events. My archive stories, foe to pride, drive my precision, but Tate's family ties linger, his sister's council role a fading threat. At 6 p.m., the courtyard thrums, 400 kin cheering, kids reading heritage essays, tables laden with beignet, gumbo, and Lena's crawfish étouffée. Kaya, in a teal scarf, presents her essay, its words a spark of brilliance, Malik filming, his phone glinting. I take the mic, voice a clear flare, Tate hogged our inheritance for his race, wounding Kaya's trust. I run a cultural archive. Whitaker's endorsement and your 30 signatures prove our legacy. This scholarship lifts our youth. I raise the petition, Ruiz roaring, Ellis clapping, Jada filming. The Picayune snaps photos, the band's Zydeco weaving through, kids crowding Kaya, her essay a star under sycamores. Tate's absence, his house dark across the park, marks his fall, the board's inquiry, now viral, shifting tides. Chair Carter attends, pledging, we're revising legacies for equity. Ellis hugs Kaya, you're our champ. Ruiz raises a glass, to Malik's strength. The festival's glow, sycamores, Zydeco, cheers, drowns Tate's frost, the scholarship launching with Whitaker's $5,000 pledge. Lena pulls me aside, you reshaped gently, Sora, but Tate's allies want a vote to block reforms. My gently slights, once embers, blaze this victory. My phone holds Whitaker's text, our legacy a supernova. The night deepens, the courtyards pulse a rhythm of hope. I walk the archival displays, banners fluttering under lantern light, their stories a call to weave. Kaya's curiosity, her fierce texts, fortify me. Lena's strength, her bold support, anchors me. Jada's coordination, charting Kaya's rise, sparks hope. Whitaker's endorsement, a cornerstone of our fight, steels my resolve, her stage a shield for our heritage. I pause by Kaya's essay table, its pages a mirror of Malik's love, Kaya's dreams. By October 26, Tate steps back, Carter leads the community, legacies open, Kaya mentors youth, my archives fund hits $50,000. I stand by the booth, phone in hand, my legacy not just $50,000, but a family restored, a community reborn, our heritage a comet against prejudice's shadow. Whitaker emails, you're unstoppable. My Tulane fire, once dimmed, burns eternal, a testament to memory. The courtyard once tense, hums as one. Ellis's beignet, Ruiz's cheers, Lena's étouffée, Kaya's words, a chorus of worth, our family's legacy a timeless tapestry. The festival softens, sycamores swaying in the breeze. I linger by the essay table, Kaya's words a steady pulse in my heart, a spark for the hearing. Tate's prejudice tried to unravel us, but our triumph rises, a testament to our family's unyielding worth, woven into New Orleans' vibrant weave of justice. November 2, 2025, radiates with a vibrant early winter dawn over New Orleans gently, the community center's grand hall a resplendent stage for a cultural legacy gala, its air woven with the savory scent of gumbo, the soulful pulse of a jazz trio, and the cheers of neighbors packed into rows of velvet seats under gleaming brass chandeliers. I'm Sora Nguyen, a 30-year-old cultural historian earning $90,000, standing by a display of Youth Heritage Awards, heart soaring like a perfectly preserved chronicle, my phone alight with a Times-Picayune headline, Historian's Legacy Unites Community Pride. Last month's Heritage Festival, where my niece Kaya Nguyen presented her essay, sealed our triumph over my brother Tate Nguyen's racist grab of 80% of Grandma's $500,000 inheritance. My petition, fueled by Mrs. Whitaker's endorsement and 30 signatures, ignited a 5-2 board inquiry, leading to Tate's reprimand and withdrawal. Yesterday, the community board voted 8-0 to expand inclusive family legacies, opening New Orleans gatherings fully. Today, with Kaya's essay framed beside a scholarship plaque, I'm weaving a final tapestry of unity, restoring our family and community, not to erase Tate's legacy, but to make our heritage a flame that kindles New Orleans equity. The past week has been a crucible of healing and memory. After Tate's heritage-only push rallied his council allies, I harnessed my archive's $25,000 grants, amplifying Whitaker's acclaim, now at 200,000 views. The board's reforms, mandating diverse legacies and youth councils, silenced Tate's allies. His withdrawal, citing new priorities, marked their retreat. My phone buzzes with Lena's text, Kaya's a star, Sora. Tate's history. Gala tonight. I reply, 7 p.m., Hall. We'll shine. Her response, you're our quill. Weave eternal. At 10 a.m., I draft a mentorship program proposal, my laptop open to Unity Network's funds, $60,000 now, fueled by festival buzz, for a $15,000 Heritage Academy in Kaya's name, aimed at nurturing young historians like her. Jada arrives, her tablet glowing with gala plans, her voice electric, the Picayunes profiling Kaya, 300,000 views. Ellis's cooking gumbo, Ruiz's donating plaques. Tate's gone. My chest lifts, Tate's bias a faded smudge, his lead jab a faint murmur. Spread the invites, I say, handing Jada banners. I'll prep Kaya. Jada's grin is a flare, I'll plan a radiant script. At 1 p.m., I visit Kaya and Malik at their home, its kitchen warm with the scent of fresh pho, Kaya polishing her essay, Malik sorting artifacts, their bond a luminous archive. My essays are sparking kids, Kaya says, eyes alight, Malik's hug fierce, you're our heart. I share the academy plan, detailing its support for youth like Kaya. Malik's nod is steady, Kaya's voice eager, we'll teach them, Aunt Sora. Lena joins us, her blazer crisp, you crushed Tate, Sora. Your legacy's unstoppable. My folder, once clutching Whitaker's contact, overflows with kin letters. Ellis lauding my archives, Ruiz decrying Tate's bias. The Picayune headline. Legacy ends inheritance bias, trends, neighbors rallying, even Miss Harper, once Tate's ally, nodding at the market. At 3 p.m., I stop by Ellis's house, her porch fragrant with honeysuckle, her smile warm, my gumbos for Kaya, Sora. Ruiz, mentoring youth, pledges academy funds, his story of Tate's slights against minority voices stoking my resolve. Their warmth, once dimmed, buries Tate's frost, his withdrawal fading his council clout, though whispers hint he's advising a rival archive. My archive's pulse, tales to triumphs, fuels my aim, Tate's shadow gone, his sister's council role a spent relic. Ellis's clasp, Ruiz's nod, spark hope, Kaya's our scholar. At 7 p.m., the hall pulses, 600 neighbors cheering, kids clutching heritage essays, tables laden with gumbo, beignet, and Lena's crawfish pie. Kaya, in a teal scarf, presents her essay, its words a storm of brilliance, Malik presenting her plaque, his strength a radiant hue. I speak, voice a clear chord, Tate hogged our inheritance for his race, wounding Kaya's trust. I run a cultural archive, Whitaker's endorsement and your 30 signatures proved our legacy. This academy builds our future. I raise the petition, Ruiz roaring, Ellis clapping, Jada filming. The Picayune snaps photos, the trio's jazz weaving through, kids crowding Kaya, her essay a star under chandeliers. The board's reforms, announced by Chair Carter, seal our victory, funding $80,000 for youth programs. Ellis hugs Lena, you're our soul. Ruiz raises a glass, to Kaya's fire. The gala's warmth, chandeliers, jazz, cheers, drowns Tate's chill, the academy launching with Whitaker's $10,000 pledge. Lena pulls me aside, you reshaped New Orleans, Sora. Kaya's free. I recall my gently slights, my 2 ethnic archives, now fueling this triumph. My phone holds Whitaker's text, our legacy a galaxy. The night deepens, the hall's energy a pulse of renewal. I walk the award rows, plaques glinting under brass light, their stories a call to weave. Kaya's curiosity, her fierce texts, fortify me. Lena's strength, her bold support, anchors me. Jada's coordination, charting Kaya's ascent, sparks hope. Whitaker's endorsement, a cornerstone of our fight, steels my resolve, her stage a shield for our heritage. I pause by Kaya's framed essay, its lines a mirror of Malik's love, Kaya's dreams. By November 9th, Tate exits gently, Carter leads the community, legacies thrive, Kaya mentors youth, my archives fund hits $100,000. I stand by the display, phone in hand, my legacy not just $100,000, but a family restored, a community reborn, our heritage a supernova against prejudice's void. Whitaker calls, you're a force. My Tulane fire, once dimmed, burns eternal, a testament to memory. The hall once fraught, hums as one. Ellis's gumbo, Ruiz's cheers, Lena's pie, Kaya's words, a chorus of worth, our family's legacy a timeless weave. The gala fades, chandeliers casting a soft sheen. I linger by the essay display, Kaya's story a vibrant hum in my heart, a flame for eternity. Tate's prejudice tried to unravel us, but our triumph rises, a testament to our family's unyielding worth, etched into New Orleans' enduring scroll of valor. Thank you for joining this journey. Share your stories of heritage and justice below, and if this tale resonated, give it a thumbs up. Legacy blooms from prejudice's ashes.